Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to Kitchen Talk. This episode is drier than some of the chicken that's served in Hell's Kitchen, but we'll get to that. But, Jacob Collins, you say you like Andrew, huh?
I think Andrew sucks.
Not really a ton to like there from Matt's distant cousin, but Matt, how are you?
Fuck off. No, it's more like Ted Mosby's distant brother, distant relative from How I Met Your Mother. But yeah, that dude, he's fucking terrible. Like, he's such a schmuck that they're still keeping him on the show. Like, come on. He's fucking everything up. He has his ego, even though he kept his mouth shut. But come on, bro. I get that Mary was able to, like, fuck up so much that it had to be shut down from the restaurant. But come on, Andrew was the easy choice.
Matt, I can tell you from experience, the deeper we get into this show, the more frustrated you're going to get with the how is this person still here? Collins, you know you can rattle off at least 4 people. Like I have.
There's one guy that's like the one. There's one guy who just keeps saying the word "keeping it 100," and you're just like, why is this guy still here? To where eventually, I will say his send off.
Sterling slander will not be tolerated in this house. Matt,
I do like his send off. His send off was beautiful, especially when Chef Ramsay goes, "You've all made us keep it 100."
Like, Matt is like, I don't know what's going on. What are they talking about?
I love the fact that that Gordon Ramsay's response to Andrew, like, Andrew, you've been lucky, you smart ass.
To be fair,
he has been fucking lucky.
Andrew's defense, he did have a better performance tonight because he did improve, and
at least he kept his mouth shut.
Yes, even though he's still shit, but he improved compared to her where she imploded, and he's like, look, compared to who had he did this season go by who had the worst performance each time, and she had a worse performance than Andrew.
So the episode starts. They all go to bed. They wake up again to the sounds of air horns.
So subtle wake up call.
And then it's on to the first team challenge, or not the first team challenge, but the team challenge, and it starts out with Jean-Philippe being like, this is how you set up a table. And it's like the cloth goes here, plates go there.
Folded the proper way.
JP went into one ear and out the other.
And everyone's just dozing off at like, boring, boring, boring. And then Gordon comes along and is like, that's a nice table you got there. It's a shame I'm about to destroy it, and rips the cloth off. It's like, you now have to set this whole thing up, and that's your challenge.
Nobody knew what the fuck he was saying when he was like, demonstrating and explaining how to set up a table properly. Like you said, one of them were fucking dozing off. Literally, I was like, Jesus.
I'm like, it says they told them before the challenge started. This is an attention challenge. This is literally attention, or what was it called? There was the recreation challenge, attention to detail challenge. And then you see these tables with all this other not made, and then you see them make a table. I'm just saying, pay the frick attention. The blue team, that's the only reason they won, is because they paid attention.
Here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even remember everything what the fuck he was saying with that thick accent of his. I wouldn't even catch any of it.
I would just study the table. That's all you have to do is just study that table. I wouldn't even pay attention to him. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, I got to build a mental note. This is how it looks. Because that's all you do is make the table. That's all they had to do. Instead, they were just like, and like they literally, the red team lost so bad where it's like, he's like, this is shit. And then like the blue team only missed one because look, they were that good. They listened. I guess they were sitting there doing this going, like Ralph was just sitting there looking,
And when Gordon is critiquing the red team's table, and he's like, these linens look like they just came out of a lady's toilet.
Napkins look like they've just come out of a lady's toilet.
And I'm just sitting there like, Chef, how would you know what a lady's toilet looks like? I need to know this.
I think we all need to know this.
I'm like the meme. Like,
what do you mean by that?
So, yeah, long story short, blue team wins. It's about time. And so they get to have a spa day while the red team cleans glassware for several hours. I'm like, I'm not going to lie. I don't mind doing the dishes. So this is like a mild punishment, but I would have loved to have as we're recording this for my birthday, because my birthday is actually the day this drops. So happy birthday to me.
Thursday.
Wednesday. But for my birthday, my mom got me a massage. And I'm like, yes. And it felt so good. So it's already happened. And so when I saw the robes and the tables out, I'm like, I was just there. So nice on the blue team to get a massage. But the punishment, like just them cleaning glasses, I'm like, that's it? Like, I don't know. It just felt kind of mild to me.
Yeah, not much of a punishment, really. And they're all a bunch of whiners. They're all a bunch of fucking whiners. Dude, you had one last time. You got to go to a fucking bar with Gordon Ramsay shooting darts. Don't be such a big sourpuss.
I mean, really, Gordon. I mean, literally, I think they want, like, you know, I do think it's funny how they made what's his name go bring them like a wine.
Chris.
They had the red team deliver the wine, and that was pretty funny.
That was actually really funny. I was like, you know, laughing hysterically at that. I'm like, and then on top of that,
Michael was like, "Hey, you want some?" "No, I gotta get to work, bro."
I was worried though. Like, you know, I was worried for a second. Like, you know, like for no, we're not there yet. But like the red team, they would literally, there were only none of them paid attention. That's all why. I mean, attention to detail. That's all they had to do was just pay attention. They're all just like, even Elise told the camera, one is what JP says goes one through one ear and out the other.
And also, they just woke up, and they were so fucking tired and exhausted.
That was kind of the point. But
I know, but that's the funny part.
But they were prepping for like a few minutes, though. Remember, they woke up, started prepping, and then Chef Ramsay comes in and brings them to outside into the dining area.
But after the challenge and punishment, they're all out having a smoke, and they sit there. And this part of it just made me laugh because, like, Elsie is there. She's looking up, and she's like, "What is that?"
Anytime too. Did you see that? Did you see the billboard?
And then, sure enough, Chef Ramsay has a big old billboard of himself, like Hell's Kitchen, in his big old face there.
He's giving the stare. He's giving the stare down, like the devil's looks, giving you the stare of all eternity, making eye contact.
Listen here, you could fuck off, all right?
So fuck off, you fucker.
It's roll. It's always roll. But that part of it made me laugh. And then we get to dinner service, and as an additional reward, blue team gets to set up their stations early while the red team has to go set up the dining room. And this is what we call poetic justice, and we'll discuss why in a second. But you could just tell with this first season, Collins, they were really experimenting with like what to do because they never do this again.
No, they don't do they don't do additional punishments. They just do like, hey, one punishment usually is like, like, oh, where's a graduation? So you have to blow up all the balloons and everything and set the graduation up.
They give them different ways to punish them whenever they lose the round.
Yeah.
Well, there are some, and I won't say where, but let's just say it involves bodily harm, like definitive bodily harm, and we'll get there when we get there.
One thing I find it very funny that most of the cast members, they smoke. Most of them are smokers. Don't you find that a little odd that most of them smoke? And it was actually allowed back in the day during the network television. I don't think they ever do that now today.
Yeah, they still smoke in areas.
Yeah, if you watch current stuff, it's not there as much, but it is.
Yeah,
there.
It's not there as much as they used to.
Yeah, because now everybody vapes.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah, they mostly just use vapes today.
Which, I mean, you're pumping oil into your lungs. It's not exactly as...
Yeah,
healthy.
it's proven that it's bullshit, that it's not good for you when you vape. It's much fucking worse.
Well, you
not
know what?
to mention, it's somehow more pretentious and annoying because instead of the cigarette smoke, it's smoke with, like, essence of barf. Or, like, smoke with essence of, like, apples or perfume or some nonsense.
You know, did y'all read that article, that stupid-ass article the other day about how there's one theater owner was like, you know, we should allow marijuana. People can.
I saw that article.
Smoke marijuana in theater. And I'm like, and vape and smoke. I'm like, why would you want? If as I smell right now, somebody smoked marijuana in my theater, I would leave because I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah, I would fucking get a complaint, or if I can talk to someone, hey, quit your fucking vaping or quit fucking smoking weed in the theater. That's fucking inappropriate, dude. You're in the public full of strangers.
When I used to work at my local movie theater, it was some fall of 2016. Doctor Strange was coming out, the first one. It was about 10 o'clock. The last showings were about to start. I was at the concession stand. I was cleaning, and this couple walked up, and their smell arrived about 5 seconds before they did. Let's just say it was always 4:20 for them. They ordered half the stand.
I mean, you can always tell because they smoked, and you can smell
You
it on
can't
them.
hide that smell, like that's not.
There's no way you can hide that. You can't hide that smell unless you have fucking
always-
body spray on you.
Yeah, I remember when I went to see like Captain America at Civil War, and I just remember no, it wasn't Captain America Civil War. It might have been Brave New World. Actually, yeah, it was Brave New World.
Yeah, it was probably the recent one.
I went and saw the new one. I'm sitting there and I go up to the theater to get my tickets, and there's a person behind me that just reeks of it. That just reeks of it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, dude, it's like if I can smell you, obviously they can smell you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against weed or anything, but God, I can smell this shit on you, dude.
My thing is, if you want to do it, that's your own business. But don't do it in public where everybody else has to smell that. Like it'd be like literally, if you like, to me, it's like.
Yeah, there are times where I do smell it, and there are times where I live in a fucking 2-bedroom apartment, right? And I swear to God, in my room, I feel like I could smell fucking marijuana. And I live with my brother, and he does not smoke marijuana in the fucking apartment. I've been feeling that my next door neighbor fucking does it because it's in the other goddamn room, and I can literally smell that shit all the way from my goddamn room.
That's why I don't go to Dollar General. There's a Dollar General like 5 minutes from my house, and I don't go to it because every time I go in there, you always got somebody pulls up in a shitty ass truck, and they get out, and you can smell them, and they're just like all of a sudden, they're walking around with muddy boots on and a hunting jacket, and they're like, you could tell they don't shave because they're just so high out of their mind that they forget to shave. And then they go up there and
I'm just so high.
They got like a Harley Davidson hat on, and all of a sudden they got like they start pulling out dollar bills out, and they have like a cigarette that's falling out of their mouth, and they're going, "Give me one of those things over."
It just looked like he just probably looked like he had never fucking bathed in his own entire life.
Yeah,
like
the guy looks like.
Yeah, you can smoke weed, but actually fucking bathe so you don't stink reek like a motherfucker, like a homeless man.
The guy looked like I can just describe this guy looked like a homeless man. And he just looks like the guy's probably like my age, but he looks like he's 57 years old. Probably because he's hitting more than the marijuana pipe for sure.
It's probably the beard. It had to be the beard that makes you look more older than you usually are.
I can smell you.
Wendy from Breaking Bad says hello.
I'm just saying, come on. I'm just saying, like, like I remember one time I was just like, I remember one time I just remember like walking into like, I had to walk into a courthouse for my brother. And like they're searching people and everything, and I'm like, you don't have to search me. And they're like, no. I was like, why not? And he goes, that's mostly for drug addicts. Mostly like we search them because they usually have like a pipe or something.
Oh God,
I was like,
that reminds me. This reminds me in Harold and Kumar Guantanamo Bay when fucking Kumar fucking just gets getting security checked. Only him, and he just criticized him for being racist because of his minority, and I thought that scene was fucking hilarious. No, the reason why he's checking you because you fucking reek of weed, and that's why he's gonna drug check because you fucking reek.
Not gonna lie, it's not racist
I know, but that was the funny part when he was playing that race card onto the security guard from the security check.
I mean, not gonna lie, if I see a white dude with a Van Halen shirt on and he's smelling like weed, I'm like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna check to see if you're not carrying anything.
Or Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I remember I had a Bob Marley.
I mean, they did. I think they did play that Pink Floyd song in Due Date. Remember in the scene when Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis were getting stoned in the fucking car? I think that was a Pink Floyd music.
Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Kitchen Talk's first sidebar, everyone. You love to see it. But sets up the dining room, the red team does. Blue team sets up their own stuff, and they do well. Mary Ellen seems to do something right, and then, like, just, I don't know what happens to her, but we'll get to that. But probably the most notorious insult in this episode is, poor Jimmy. It's like, like the accountant's name is gone, like, Jim is gone, and, like, Chris has gotten somewhat better, but now it's like Jimmy is there, and like Gordon's like ripping him a new one. And I'm just like, Jimmy didn't do anything egregious that I'm aware of.
Right.
Oh, here's the thing. Well, I mean, which I think he messed. I forgot what he even did. Like he said, I just know I saw Gordon Ramsay. I thought maybe I just looked down for a second. But Gordon Ramsay is saying, "Do you want to go back to being a dishwasher, huh?" Wow, that's kind
You'll
of
be a
harsh.
dishwasher for the rest of your career.
Show the rest of your career, you fuck.
You
But,
are dishes. You're no better than a dish. You know that. You're no better than a shitty dish. You know. I was like, well, okay, all right, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna prepare for him to rip you in half once you're under a lot of pressure doing cooking.
You know, when I was watching this, I was just thinking Gordon Ramsay would be a good roast master at a comedy club.
He
Yeah.
would. He
Mhm.
definitely would.
You see this
And when
woman
he's
right
not,
here?
and when he's not in this little chef mode, he's actually the fucking sweetest guy in real
Yeah.
life to hang out
When
with.
they're not
When
in the
he's-
kitchen, he's nice. You see, he's taking them out, and they're really nice. He's really pleasant.
And that's what the contestants need to fucking learn. That yeah, he's gonna yell at you. He's gonna put you in a lot of pressure because he wants to push you, because he wants you to be better and learn something.
I was watching, like, I guess one of my brothers walked in, and he goes, "Oh, Gordon Ramsay chewing this guy out from like a later season," and he goes, "I'm gonna tell you right now, he wouldn't be talking to me like that. I would like want to fight him." And I'm just thinking, like, I was like, he's literally like, this is like, this is just for theatrics. So it's like whenever like they're not rolling, he's really pleasant, and everything. And I think in the later seasons they do a double take where they show you when they're not, like the cameras aren't rolling, him just being like messing around with them, making good picking and joking. And then like whenever like which he does like everything he says is legit, but like whenever like he's just telling them the task and everything, and like they're like getting ready, like he says like oh like Gordon, you can't tell him what the task is yet because we got to refill the camera. And he goes, oh, okay. And then he just starts asking him questions and stuff, like, just picking around with them and stuff. And then, of course, all right, now, and then, all right, you're good. Now you can fill it. And I'm just like, that's nice. That's nice that, he's not like, just an asshole. Like, he's just like J.K. Simmons in Whiplash, where he goes, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but can I hear you? Huh? Maybe you should go back to your mommy. Huh? And you're just like,
Is that the best you can do, you limey fuck? No wonder why your mom ran out on you.
yeah, like
You're gonna be on my fucking time.
I legit
I still fucking see you, mini me.
That was too
I
cold.
legit sure my mom
That scene will always be a meme worthy. That gets used a lot.
The funny thing is that he talks about that redhead. He goes, "You fucking ginger." He goes, he's
But the difference is with J.K. Simmons' character in Whiplash, he's actually a total piece of shit.
And in Gordon Ramsay's case, like outside of it, he's actually as we've established, he is a nice man. Like his backstory. I don't want to get too deep into it here, but his backstory is pretty fascinating. Like he started out kind of bad, and then he got with Margaret Pierre White, and Margaret Pierre White kind of not tortured him, but like just nearly ran him off. But then it was like a situation where what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and it made him stronger. But that's a whole nother story.
And also his family, like what his father did to his mother, like, oh my god, like you're just
it's terrible.
I mean, I don't know anything about that backstory, but I'm
like,
pretty
I
sure
did not know that until
dark.
suddenly like that he did like narrating, like he says like my father did this, and I would just have to like my father beat my mother to death, and I would just have to listen.
Matt,
to
I'm
him.
going to send you an interview with him, and then you're going to learn today. But Andrew continues his existence on this show for some strange reason. I'm trying to find reasons to like this guy, but I'm sorry.
He's unlikable asshole.
Who,
Fuck
Matt?
that guy. No, Andrew.
I was like, I don't think there's nobody named Matt on the show right now. I was like, Matt.
I mean, you never know. I mean, we could have missed someone.
And he naturally goes up for elimination. Blue team loses, so it's Andrew and Mary Ellen going up for elimination. And Gordon's like, why should you stay? And Andrew's like, I shut my mouth tonight. And like, good for you, sir. Like,
I would love to see him yell out like Christian Bale style, "Oh, good for you!"
I mean, it's really almost the same accent, so really it wouldn't.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, his case was not really that convincing argument. Yeah, he kept his mouth shut, but he still kept fucking things up.
Yeah, you know what? I just think honestly, I really didn't want. I didn't want her to go home. I wanted Andrew to go home, and I honestly thought like there's no way that Andrew's not going home. But then it's like, yeah, I kept him, but I understood why. But I'm like at the same time,
Wait, are you sure they didn't just kept him for the ratings because to see how much he can
no,
really
it's
fuck up
because
the next
he
episode?
does by individual, like as an individual who improves better. Because he's trying to look the best chef, and he says And also the thing is, people don't realize on Hell's Kitchen, he's not just taking the best. He's also taking people that have some experience and improving them. Like, he said,
Right. That's a good
one
point.
guy, because there's a later season where one guy goes, "Oh, I'm going to quit the show because I think I just want to be a better chef. I want to learn more before I can, And the guy goes, "You can learn stuff here. There's more I can teach you than you can learn ever out there." He goes, "People don't just come on here because they're wanting a job. People come on here because there are people that come on here who learn a lot more than they would from other chefs. I'm not only teaching people how to be a great chef, but I'm also, potentially making them my best chef." People don't realize that, though. Like, there's one guy on here who was a shitty cook when he came in, but then Chef Ramsay made him a really good cook, to where Chef Ramsay let him keep his jacket at the end of the day, saying, "Because you've improved so much. You come out where I thought you'd last for 2 weeks, and you lasted this whole competition." And he says, and I'm like, that right there is what he's looking for. He was looking to train people. He likes the idea. That's why he keeps doing it, because he's training chefs, basically. He's a teacher. People think he's just there to people. I mean, obviously the gimmick of the show is he's yelling and screaming at these people like Simon Cowell does in American Idol. And,
He doesn't yell. No, Simon doesn't yell and scream. He just fucking rips on them.
says,
Say, "No, you fucking
are
suck."
absolutely atrocious. Okay?
It's like, "I believe you're absolutely
now?
dreadful."
Do you know what they do now on American Idol?
I love his cameo in Scary Movie 3. There's an extended scene in the deleted scenes that was not in the movie. He talks to Anthony Anderson and rips on that mama joke, which I thought that was great. I wish they would have kept that in the movie. Yeah. But instead, everyone in the fucking place just shotgun him down, capped him. That was perfect.
Absolutely dreadful.
This club is absolutely pathetic.
Did you see? But I will say this, though. One thing, I really think Mary Ellen should not have been, although Elise almost came close. Like, they finished. The red team wouldn't have been finished. Elise would have been definitely went, she would have went up for elimination because she imploded on the meat, but they helped her recover. And I remember Michael was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put her up." He said, if we lose tonight, I'm putting her up. And I'm just like, "Wow, Michael, thanks." I was like, which she recovered. I mean, I was just thinking, but to be fair, if you can't cook meat, then what are you doing there? I mean, that's like one of the basic traits you should know is how to cook meat. Because
at least the red team have won this round for this episode.
Yeah. But so who wins? So who wins and loses tonight? Mary.
Well, red team wins, blue team loses. The artist formerly known as Dink is the best of the worst, and she sends up Andrew and Mary Ellen.
Well, Jessica did improve. She did improve on her cooking, and that's why she had to be the one to do the elimination.
That is true, yes. But anyway, Mary Ellen ends up going home, and upon looking it up for research, she apparently left culinary. She got married in 2013 and has 3 kids, so good for her. Unironically, good for her.
I thought it was funny when she says, "Oh, I can't believe that Andrew didn't get picked, but he'll be joining me very soon because he ain't going to last long." I thought that response was fucking hilarious.
He's like, "Yes, just because I'm gone doesn't mean Andrew's not next." It's like Final Destination. Death is going to kill me next, but guess what? Andrew, you're right. You're next in line.
Even when he's doing interviews, he's still talking shit. Like, dude, he's a fucking asshole.
He'd be that guest that's on Big Brother that would be like, "Yeah, I'm the douchey bro. Yeah, so what of it,
Oh, you mean Mickey Rourke?
Yeah, I saw that clip, by the way, and I'm just like, I was like, I understand, but at the same time, I'm like, really, that's what he went home for? I'm like, I mean, at the same time, he was an asshole, but I'm like that's why they sent him home. I'm like, that seems like more of like a reprimand than really just sending somebody home for. I'm like, I was like, one guy, I remember in the older seasons, one guy tried to put his balls on one guy's chin while he's sleeping, and I'm like, that seems like a more reputable offense than just that you make a remark to somebody that's not funny. It's like uncle.
Coming soon to the channel, Brother Talk. But anyway.
And it's not the Lawrence brothers either that have their own podcast.
It's not brotherly love.
Although, do not Google the word brotherly love because you will find some other Google searches that you do not want to Google.
Make sure you type in the
ABC show Brotherly Love, Disney's Brotherly Love. You don't just type in the word brotherly and love because you're gonna get the wrong sites popping up. You're like, oh god. What
The
in
algorithm, the YouTube algorithm will think other stuff.
What in the Alabama is this?
But dun, 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 dun. But I pass it off to all of you. What did you think of the episode? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to read what you have to say. It's a privilege to do this show with these guys every week. Happy birthday to me. But Collins, what do you have coming up?
Well, I have a wedding to come to, and then I gotta go. Oh no, you're talking about on my channel. Okay, all right. So basically, we're gonna try tomorrow night to do. I mean, I don't know if it's set in stone, but we're gonna try it. By the time this airs, sorry, I forgot. This is not live. By the time this airs, I will have tried to do the Final Destination 2 watch party, and we will try, and then.
Oh wait, did we already do the second
I was
one?
gonna say,
We already
I
did three. We're supposed to do the third one.
I don't know
Sorry.
what was scarier, the movie or my internet issues, but I digress.
The Final Destination 3 watch, but you were fine. I mean, shit happens sometimes. One time we were doing Batman Returns, Kyle got kicked out completely, and we were trying to get him back the whole time, and he was just like,
I was booted out many times too. I don't know which watch party it was. I can't remember. It might have been Jurassic Park or something.
But
I don't
I'm
even
looking,
remember Jurassic
I'm
Park. I
looking
really
forward.
don't. I don't even know if I was
I'm looking forward to being on there and watching the best Final Destination movie.
Oh yeah, you said part 3. Okay, part 3 is not bad. I thought you were gonna say 4, and I'm like, well, fuck.
No,
That would
I'm-
be
I'm not-
ludicrous to hear
I'm
this.
not that dumb.
Dude, I'm not that dumb.
If only you would have added that clip from Breaking Bad scene.
You know that meme, that one guy, the one that does the comedian, that goes like, oh, like do that like that. Just like that. I'm not that dumb. And then go, oh.
But Matt Wyatt, what do you have coming up?
Well, I just recently put out my trailer reaction for the Peacemaker season 2, and by the time that this episode drops, the Superman trailer, the official trailer for James Gunn's Superman movie, will be dropping, and I will definitely do a trailer reaction to that for sure. And I'm thinking about I might do a Final Destination ranking video, ranking all 5 of the Final Destination, because I'm so excited to go see Final Destination Bloodline this weekend, and I'll be joining 3D Movie Cinema for the Final Destination 3 watch party.
My ranking is currently
Yeah,
up on the
Bloodlines.
channel. My ranking is currently up on the channel if you would like to check that out. But subscribe to these guys. They would greatly appreciate it. As far as this channel goes, by the time this drops, the craziest episode of Small Talk ever will have dropped. And depending on how the response is to that, we are either going to be seen as heroes or be on Piers Morgan. We really legitimately don't know. But
Oh,
And
God
we
help us.
apologize in advance, and we're either gonna be praised as, oh man, these guys are really funny, or we're gonna be all over. We're gonna be on Geeks and Gamers next week or Pierce.
No, for the love of God, no.
Ooh, you want to
No.
go on Friday Night Tights, fellas? But
Just be like, our picture will be on there. Like,
That should be like a new show, Friday Night Tights.
that's literally the show. That's what their show's called. That
Oh
is
my
literally
God,
what
that's
the show's
actually the
called.
real. Oh, that's actually
Yes,
real.
they do it every Friday.
Yeah.
That is literally what it's.
Oh my. Oh yeah, you're right. Shit.
but that episode will have dropped. My road to Mission Impossible Final Reckoning will continue with Mission Impossible 3. Collins and Zach Shelton join me for that. That is dropping tomorrow. And then Sunday, I'll be reviewing Ghost Protocol with my good friend Austin Pez Howell from the Movie Hero Network. So stay tuned for all of that. But dang it, I don't know these. For Jacob Collins, for Matt Wyatt, my name is Ryan Cam. Be sure to tip your waiter and do us all a favor and
Get out!